Pam, pam, pam. Yeah, hello guys. I'm making a small update on yesterday's stream where we basically managed to kind of hook up an Android phone, make it behave like a webcam, and I used for this tool called DroidCam. I made like all the steps required to do it. I put it here on this public gist. It's called VRE web streaming, but like the first part of it is just how to use it, basically. And yeah, I didn't do any USB webcam so far because I only had around like an Android phone. I have an old phone that was kind of bricked, like its screen is not working anymore, but its webcam, I mean its phone camera works fine. So you can use this this tool called DroidCam. There's like an OBS version on the Google Play, but I downloaded the regular one, which seems to have a bit more control. So apparently I was trying too hard yesterday. You can just, so it works very well if you know how to use it. So you just open the app, and I've just opened the app, and you can see here, it has to be connected on the same Wi-Fi or like a public IP or something. You need to access it, you need to access the phone somehow. So just be connected to the same Wi-Fi. That's this thing with my laptop. So right now it has this IP 192.0. So let's see if I can ping it. This is on my LAN, on my Wi-Fi LAN. And yeah, I can ping it. But if you start the app as is, it actually opens a server on 4747. And it just straight up works. You don't need to have it connected to your USB. You can just like it works, right? This is my phone, and it's acting as a webcam, and it's amazing. Like you can see, it can itself. But now, what I wanted to do actually, which was like a cooler thing, so I'm just gonna put here the phone, which is like my portable webcam. So it's here. So okay, I don't want to use this HTTP stuff, even though it's nice that it exists. I want to use the DroidCam CLI Linux tool, so I can convert this stream to a dev video, which I can then use later on other tools. So for example, and I can explain it here. Need to install this stuff, so you need to install this V4L2 video for Linux something. Yeah, basically you need to do this, and after you run this command, I think this one, and you run list devices, you should see it here, and I put an AA here just so it's obvious. It's the one you created, and in this case, even though I put here video number 2, I just put in video 9. Just I don't know how they computed that. And anyway, then you install this DroidCam CLI, and after you manage like the dependencies and all of that, it's got like dependencies here and so on. Like after you manage all of this, you can actually use it. So I put it on my path, so it's here, and I can literally just connect to it. So to connect to it, you use this. Where is the command? This one. I don't think you need sudo. Let's try it out first. So you put here the IP that the DroidCam tool tells you on the phone. So you have to be connected to it. And this is the part where I was messing up. I thought I needed. So initially I wanted to make it work with USB, and this DroidCam CLI works with USB too. You need to like pass the this address, like this device address. I think it's like some sort of a MAC kind of thing. but I couldn't make this work yet. I don't know how to do it. So in order to do this, you need to have your phone connected on USB. You need to have USB debugging and so on. I think you need to have USB debugging anyway. But since it starts like an internal endpoint, if you can connect to it on this port, it starts for 747. You can just run the CLI tool and it will do the same. So as if you can access it from the browser, this should also work. So let's try without soup just to see if it works. It does actually. Okay, cool. So if this does, okay, so you don't get audio. I will probably look at how to install that. But if you do this now, dev video 9 should basically be a stream, and in order to access it you have a bunch of options. So the easiest one I think is using cheese, which I put here like some examples like how to access it. Where is it? Cheese, and you can access it for sure. Right, equals, and it works. You can see now I read from dev video 9, which is nice. If I click, it like tries to do some video adjustments. Anyway, you can use ffplay, right, which works. It's the same. It's actually maybe slightly faster, but it's using ffmpeg, and ffmpeg is like the greatest tool of all time. Actually, I don't think I updated the gist, but I made it so it works with my video player as well. I have a video player that I made, but it's also like a ffmpeg wrapper. So okay, let's update this gist with like the final. So right now it is not here. Actually, I didn't put it here for sure. So test it with VRE video player, and it should be something like VRE video player apply dev video 9. I've got actually two options to do it, but I think this is the easiest one, and I think this should be enough. I need to be in the path of the tool, so that's code others VRE video. I think this should work. Video examples, VRE video player. It doesn't work because I need to put the resolution too, right? So when you run FF player, you need to put some resolution here, but here is maybe a tricky part. I don't think I can do this. 640. Oh, it works. Okay, so this is my video player, and here I am. So this needs to match the internal resolution. So if you mess this up, like if you put here like 800, I think it will just read like too many bytes, and like the image will be crap. So you need to match this properly. I think it's the same with ffplay. So if I do this with ffplay and I put here like 800, I don't think it will work also. No, never mind, it figures it out. I wish I was smart. The V4L2 driver changed the video from 8 to 640. Okay, so you have this information. Wow. Yeah, I'll put that. I'll put that here. Because if that's possible, I should do it, right? Because otherwise I just read crap. Yeah, I did this. So this is done. I'll show how this works. So this works. Change resolution based on V4L2 driver. ffplay does this. Right, if I do this, it's smart and it does that. Cool. So it's nice to always like document what you're trying to do so you don't forget. So yeah, just this is something I should support as well. So yeah, it works. And now another thing that I think you can do this, the video 9, right? It kind of just prints the data like I did. But now I think this should work. If you put a dash there, it will read from standard input. I also need to put a resolution, as I said earlier, so 48640. And it doesn't work. Oh, I know it doesn't. Like it kind of works. The problem is it's not aligned, right? The data just comes. I think that's the main issue here. Anyway, you can assume it works. It obviously does not really work, but you can kind of see it would work. 800, if I do anything, it's just it's even worse. Yeah, anyway, so it works with standard input, but now the nice part is if you go in the full VRE, so where you can access like machine learning stuff, you can do stuff like this. So you go in VRE streaming, and here in VRE streaming you also have like a bunch of commands that I made. So for example, you can kind of do the same, but going through you can go through VRE instead of VRE video, which uses VRE video behind the scenes anyway. So basically, oh, actually, you know, let's try the easiest one. So you can plot to matplotlib, right? So if I put dev video 9 here, because this behind the scenes uses the VRE video, which I showed you earlier, which behind the scenes also uses FFmpeg, but like, yeah, it's a bit of a down the turtles kind of thing. You can do this and should plot to matplotlib, like the webcam itself. I need to activate this. And it takes probably a little bit to set up, so it does here. Now the resolution here is a bit messed, and I think it's slower or something. Did my phone kill my stream? And it says 10 FPS, but I can definitely assure that's not 10 FPS. I think that's a bug somewhere. And it is with matplotlib, so maybe the issue is with actually matplotlib. So let's try with something else. I will add an option to add a resolution here, though maybe I can do it like right now. Have this config path. In the config itself, yeah, I don't have a resolution here. Output size. Oh, I have output size. So yeah, there's already something. Output size for 8640. I think this is how it should be. Yeah. I don't know exactly why it's so bad. It's like crying. I think it's matplotlib's fault. I will blame matplotlib for this. So let's try without matplotlib. So if you put MPL 0 or just don't put anything here, it will do the same as VRE video, it will just print to standard output, like it will just be a mess. Right. Now that means I can use ffplay again, so I can do ffplay, and I don't know the parameters by hand. It's f raw video for sure. Where is it? F raw video, yes, f raw video. Pixel format RGB24. These are the parameters for FFmpeg. Put video size here, and now I think you need to do it because now the data is not coming from the device, it's coming from VRE streaming, which just prints to the disk. So this needs to be proper here. So we put 640, 480. Frame rate doesn't matter, and minus, so it reads from standard input. So what happens here is that I open the device. I read from it, and the device, by the way, is using DroidCam, which converts the HTTP stream from the Android phone to my Linux device, and then here I read from this Linux device. I use this config, which just reads RGB, doesn't compute any like machine learning kind of stuff. I know it outputs to this resolution. I think this is not the right resolution. I think on VRE streaming I do 360 1080, so maybe I should actually update. Oh, actually, never mind, this is what I did. So I update it here, and then if I don't use matplotlib, right, I just output to standard output. That means I can pipe it to ffplay, and if I pipe it to ffplay, of course, I need to put the same resolution as here, and I can just basically read it from the standard output from VRE streaming, and I think this should work, hopefully. And it works. Still a bit laggy because it just goes through my Python code, and that's probably the slower part. But like you can see, I can see myself lagging a bit there, but it's there, right? But now the nice part about this, oh, okay, so one more thing that I did now is you can basically use VRE video again to read from the standard output. That means I can do something like this. Code ML others VRE video examples VRE video player. I put a dash, so it's from standard input, and I think I use resolution 48640. I think this should use my own video player, and you can see it. It's kind of the same. It's like an equivalent of FF Play, which I showed you earlier directly, but now I'm going through VRE, so it's like a. But so why do I go through VRE? You may ask. Because VRE actually supports more configs. You can see here there's like a config thing. Let's use FF Play because it's just easier to. It's more reliable. But if I use here, and I put semantic segmentation, I have this semantic segmentation config file, and you can read the documentation on how I'm doing it, but it's like a neural network that I trained for, like, it's used for drones, but basically if I run it with that config file, I messed something, I put a, okay, if I run it like this, basically what it will do, it will use a semantic segmentation network. I probably need to update the resolution a bit so it looks a bit nicer. The 360 2081 was on purpose like that because it looked better. I think this is better. Yeah, and basically that's how you do it. I think I have something to disable the HUD. I don't know, it just puts it over. But now the fun part is that this is a phone. So basically I'm streaming with like 8 frames per second with a phone. And this phone is like a webcam. It's connected to Wi-Fi. So it's not connected to anything. Like you can see, nothing comes into my laptop or anything. It just prints. And I can like walk around with it. I can like, you know. Now it's a neural network trained for drones. So don't expect it to like work properly. I will probably do the next stream something like use a neural network for something else. I actually have one which is for depth estimation, but I don't think it's real time. This one is real time, so obviously the frames will be limited by how fast you can process. But yeah, it's nice. I think it's cool. So let me do the pull up. I couldn't finish last time because it was not working. So yeah. This is me doing the semantic segmentation pull-up. And it's a victory. Woo, I'm a drone. And yeah, this is kind of the entire flow. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice phone. It's a handheld phone. It doesn't have any wires in it, which is like the whole point, right? Like all the wires are like, this is the other phone. So this is my main phone. This is just an old phone. Now, one of the next projects I want to do is I want to actually try to see if I can stream from this bad boy, because, right, like streaming from a phone is cool, but streaming from this thing may be actually cooler. Who knows? Yeah, it's a car drone. You can see like the design's a car. What they tried to say over there. But yeah, don't interpret anything. It may be just it's a cool idea. So yeah, let's try with the other neural network. So I can keep this on actually, which is nice. It will just continue streaming. I don't know how much battery it takes. It's 90% left. Like my phone is a bit overheating because it's not made for this. But yeah, let's try with the other one. So I have this neural network, this TPT or Marigold. I'll try both of them and just to see if I can run any of this. So let's try just with, let's call it CFG depth, and let's disable these ones. This one I can remove. This is something on top of the depth estimation. So let's just use this. It should be like this, the fastest one. This should be the better one. So let's see if that works. I don't know, I've never tried this, so it's because I mean I've tried this for other purposes. It's not just it right here. So I implemented this depth thing a long time ago. It's not my neural network here, but let's see if it does anything. Okay, so it definitely connected to the thing, I think. Alright, cool. It's got just 2 frames per second, so it's definitely slower. Actually, it doesn't even work anymore. Is it using the did it crash or anything? Why did it break? Or it's just slow as fuck? I think it's just slow. No, here it's alive. No, it's not alive. It's very slow. I don't know why it says 3 frames per second. It's definitely not 3 frames per second. So I need to fix the FPS counter. Probably it uses some other information. So you can see like it kinda works. Now, am I using NVIDIA? I am. So it's just slow. It's a slow neural network. Okay. It's an interesting thing. Maybe I can optimize it a bit. I don't know. So can I do anything about it? Why is it so slow? Let's see if I can do something real fast. I need to leave very soon. I just wanted to show this thing, but maybe I can do something about it. So let's look into it a bit. But this is the purpose of the next stream. But I just want to see if I can do anything like fast here. So I do all of this crap. So let's do some prints, right? Like print. Actually, let's just switch timer. It's timer pre-process. I'm curious where it stays the most. Compute, post-process. I have got all this pre-process, post-process. Maybe I can like remove some of it just for the streaming part, so it's faster. Because I don't need like all this. These are the transformations to make sure that the data is output in the right format. But maybe I don't need anything. I think it's here right now. Maybe I think context timer import timer. Let's try again and see if it like still doesn't like it. Now I should get some prints in here. Probably I should have put this. What string is not? Oh, because it's prefix equals. I don't know why they did that. I think I need to print to standard output, and by default output equals system 0. I think I need to put this so it doesn't break the streaming thing. Import this. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't even stream, right? I should just try to see why it's slow. Oh, alright, yeah, see, this is why I don't want us to do it. Because yeah, I shouldn't stream. I don't know why it goes there. Maybe that output thing like it didn't do what I hoped it will do. So output. Oh, okay. If callable. Yeah. And how much does it take? I think I can like null this. Because I think this needs to be right. Maybe this is the reason why that didn't work. Yeah. Just waiting now to see if this does anything. Yeah, I don't think it does anything, to be honest. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, it definitely doesn't do anything. And update it from here, so I just remove this part at a pass. Hello? No, I think this doesn't work like this. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work. For sure it should do any kind of work. Yeah, like this thing, like output prints to output if callable, pass output to callable, but it like didn't do it, so I don't know why. Even though I can see like the call. Okay, so this is not that slow. Post process. Yeah, so maybe it works. Why didn't it work earlier? Alright. Yeah, what was going on earlier? Anything broken here? The frame rate that doesn't properly work. So yeah, funnily enough, it should have worked, but like, I don't know, somehow it doesn't, and I'm confused as to what's going on over there. Yeah, I need to try this a bit harder. So on my phone it kind of looks like it works, but I can tell you it doesn't. As you can see, it's like frozen. I'm confused as to why it's frozen. Yeah. Well, I tried and to debug this. So it worked. It looked like 5 FPS, but like it does the first frame and then it doesn't work anymore, which is confusing. Then eventually it like does it again. Yeah, so I'm wondering why this is so slow. Because if it didn't work, like it wouldn't update the FPS, but that means it tries to do something. Triggered. Maybe it's this thing. I don't think this is it. Yeah, it's weird. And every now and then it does an update. Yeah, well, as you can see, I go from one bug to the other. That's kind of how life is anyway. One bug, you fix one, and then the next one, and so on. But yeah, this is kind of the purpose of the next stream that I want to do. I was very confused because if I run it like this, it seems like it updates something. It's not breaking, right? Like it's not like it's pausing or anything. So it makes no sense why it does like that. So you can see like I get continuous stream here. So that means something is printed. But like I don't know. Doesn't properly work. Widget title. Maybe this one is here. It's outputted. So it's something with this bad boy. If I just return nothing here, let's just be, just be troll and return nothing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So if I use CFG or GB semantic, is this still working? So this one is with the semantic segmentation, which I showed earlier. This one works, like you can see. But the one with depth, this bad boy is kind of the same. It like works for one frame and then it kind of breaks. And I get that warning, which I've never seen before, from a torch. Okay, so it worked for like one frame and then it just crashes. I think something goes on here. I don't know what exactly. It's weird. Like you can see, it had like some potential to do something, but definitely 163. 163, which is this line. Pre-processed, but what does it mean like it's a non-writable tensor? What do you mean a numpy array is non-writable? So this is on pre-process. Maybe I can like do a copy kind of thing here. Can I do a copy? Will a copy work? I don't like doing random copies, but you know, sometimes. Does it work better now? Cannot say. It doesn't. No, it's still breaking. It's the same. It's the same issue. It works for like 2 frames, and then it just somehow, somewhere behind the scenes, something breaks, which is very confusing. What about if I use matplotlib? But I don't think it should matter, right? Oh. Anyway, that was the point of what I wanted to show you, like how it works right now and where I am. I'm stuck. With matplotlib it also breaks. So it works for 2-3 frames. This is something to debug for next time. And you can see like this is what I want to use. I want to use this depth estimation network, which looks like it would have like 2 frames per second. It kind of doesn't, but it looks like it could have. And you can see like it does some sort of understanding of the scene, and then maybe using this later on, if I manage to connect the drone, I will be able to like make it navigate in the world, because it can see like where the structures are. So if like you're close to this pull-up bar that I have, maybe it will not go into it, or if you're close to the wall, maybe it will not go into it, and stuff like that basically. So I'm trying to make the drone not crash itself in the environment. That's kind of the purpose. Of course, I need to improve the frame rate, because the drone needs to process this data in real time. Just having 2 frames per second, like, or 0 frames per second, because it doesn't work, is not optimal. Now, just out of curiosity, if I use the other, this one should be much slower, like 0 frames, 0.1 frames per second. Maybe I can remove the I can put 1 denoising step here. This one should be definitely slower. Now, should also be definitely better. So let's see if it breaks in the same way as the other one or not. So this, yeah, it has to load a lot of weight. It's a big transformer, like 200 million transformer. It has the same crap here. I don't know what's going on with this. What's a non-writable array? How does it know it's a non-writable array? I don't know what's a non-writable array. Well, is this a new concept? I thought like numpy arrays are just numpy arrays. Yeah. Okay, so this is slower by a large margin. Like it doesn't even start yet. That means it hasn't processed the first frame yet. Anyway, I will wait for it just to see how it looks. I'm not expecting it to be okay. I think it starts something. Is this with matplotlib? Maybe actually it shouldn't matter if it's with matplotlib or not. Just want the first frame, okay? Give me the first frame. Okay, this is actually slower than I was hoping for. So let's put one denoising step over there, okay. And let's use FF play. And if I put one denoising step here, maybe I get like one frame. Not expecting this network to work, but I just want to see if it can load. I'm not expecting it to work for like a real-time environment, is what I mean. I just want the first frame to be shown to the screen to kind of see the difference between the two. Yeah, should use NVIDIA also, hopefully. Yeah, it does. You can see it uses like 5 gigs of VRAM, so it's processing. Okay, oh, so there it is. I have one frame with literal 0 frames per second. Yeah, you can see this is not very good in terms of real-time processing, but it's much better in terms of performance. So I have one network that kind of works. I need to debug it because it should have like 5 frames per second. It kind of works. And then I have this one which is much better, but it's not for real time. I think it even like crashed or something. So yeah, obviously the question will be, can I get something that's real time and maybe closer to this performance? I don't know. We need to figure it out. So you can see this one is nice. Like it realized this wall is close. The other one also, like the wall is just a wall. So like you can see, like my webcam is kind of terrible. I mean, my webcam in the sense my phone, my remote phone, is got a terrible camera. Anyway, so yeah, I guess this is everything here. So 640. Yeah, so this was it. It was a nice attempt. Look, okay, it doesn't quite break. Now it's with matplotlib. So anyway, this was what I wanted to show you. I have the phone. Sadly, this matplotlib crap, like it works very slow now. Maybe I can use FF play. Yeah, no, wait, don't be like that. I put here on 1, it's a 640, it should be 640. So this is my handheld phone acting as a webcam with just RGB. It works with semantic segmentation, it works, but if I try to go in the other networks, it doesn't work yet. It's something I'm working on fixing, but who knows. Yeah, in the next stream I hope I figure it out. It shouldn't be a big problem. I don't know exactly why it doesn't go continuously, so I need to debug that. But it's nice that I made this work, and it's like it's wireless, which is cool.